Hello, you guys. My name is Miguel Gomez, fellow Xray tech student here, giving you some more information to help your education go more easier throughout the program. And today we'll be covering on the workload during the program. Now, once again, keep in mind, depending on your program and what courses you take and all that, that will be a variable. But for the most part, it'll be kind of give you a general idea of what to expect, because from the outside most people are like, oh, like medical program, medical school, like it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be like a ton of books, it's gonna be all these homework, I'm not gonna sleep, I'm not gonna, like, I have no time, I have nothing. And people like freak out, which some aspects it is true. Sometimes it is kind of a grind and you just kind of sacrifice your life to just straight up just learning. Sometimes do feel like that, especially towards the end. But for the most part, what you can expect is, let me give you an example. Like during the first semester, you're literally new. You kind of feel like your world's gonna die. You just all you do is read an X-ray, like that's your whole life, and you're kind of nervous because you don't know what to expect. You don't know how much to study, what to study. So that's kind of, you stress yourself out a lot. But once you get into the rhythm, it'll become more easier. And it'll just be, you'll be just coasting through. So for ours, for the most part, the workload was like this. They'll be like, okay, we're covering chapters 1 and 2. And then you'll go home and you'll read those. And there's also PowerPoints that go with it. And you just look over that and just, do the key stuff. That'll be some of the workload. And also, like, they'll be online. There'll be some quizzes and stuff you can do. That's another thing. And then in school, they might assign you like to write a small mini like overview over what happened, or a small little PowerPoint over what happened in the said chapter section. That's something you can expect. And then also you have like certain like pop quizzes. That's something else that will happen. But for the most part, that's like work, and then also you got your workbook. But for the most part, that's really it. So sometimes it doesn't seem a lot. Like if you write it down, it's not a lot. But the part that makes it more hard is like you'll be up there from like ours. It'll be 8 in the morning. You'll take a course all the way to 10 or 11, and then you have lunch, and then you have your other course, and then it'll be like 3 or 4, and then school's done, and then okay, you'll go home. You get home, let's say you live close to school or whatever, 30 minutes. For 30 minutes drive, you get home, it's like 4:30. Then you eat, shower, do what you gotta do because you have life outside of it. It'll be like 6, 7. And then, like, that's when you actually, like, study time or reading or homework stuff comes in. And then if you're like me and you got kids, well, my time doesn't even start then. I have to take care of the kids, I have to make sure all that's done. So I start my time like about 9 or 10. And then, I'm going to be up late at night studying and learning. That's one aspect that makes it hard, juggling all that and keeping up with assignments and stuff. Because like some teachers will be like, okay, some teachers are nice and they constantly remind you, okay, so and so's due, this is due, I'll remember to turn in this, remember to do that. Other teachers be like, okay, I'm gonna tell you one time. Or there'll be other teachers, everything that you need to know is on the syllabus online. And then you have to be there like, oh, okay, you have to keep up with that. I like to write down everything, and then as soon as I do it, I just cross a little line. And then another thing that makes it more hard is on your second semester, or some schools in the first semesters you have clinicals, is they'll say, okay, you do have a day off during the week. Sometimes you do. And then like sometimes you'll have that day off and you have an online course you have to do. Usually that whole day is dedicated to the online course to do stuff. Or you'll have clinicals and you'll go like 2 days to school, and the other 3 days or 2 days will be dedicated to clinical. So clinicals, you're basically doing a 9 to 5. Like you're up there working, and I mean some sites are slow, and you can do homework and stuff. Some sites are not slow, and you're just working, and then you'll be tired, and you won't want to do anything when you get home, but you have to push through it and like do assignments. And some teachers are more, their assignments are more tedious and more harder to do. Other ones will just be reading, and as long as you know the general concept, you'll be fine. And then I guess I asked my teacher why most students either fail or they think it's hard. For the most part, the teacher says either they like procrastinate or they start falling behind, or it'll be like something will happen in their life and it causes them not to do too good. Or other times they just don't understand the thing and it's not sticking. Or they'll be like your drive won't be there. I personally have felt this, where at the first 2 semesters you're just like, oh yeah, let's go, let's do good, and then summer hits and you're just like slugging, because especially me, I've been sleep deprived since day 1 of the semester. I constantly just energy drinks, Bang, Monster, Red Bull, just everything, caffeine to keep me awake, because I got 2 babies, I got a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, so they keep me up at night, so it's kind of a struggle. And then you'll feel tired constantly, you'll have no social life for the most part, and you'll feel always deprived of energy. And you know, the school workload, they don't stop. They'll give you, just keep on. Sometimes it'll feel like as soon as you finish one thing, it'll just be another thing they'll assign. There'll be another test, or they'll just, God forbid they do this, literally all of your courses, 1 week it'll just be back to back of like everything, all the tests, all the units, all the homework is due, so you're there like crazy trying to study everything, and you'll feel terrible. But I mean, once you finish like the actual semester and you get into your breaks, like Christmas breaks or Thanksgiving or any break literally, and like you'll feel so relaxed. Like right now it's my Christmas break and I'm just relaxing, chilling, not doing anything in school, trying to recover on sleep, trying to get the energy to finish out the next 2 semesters. But overall, it is hard. You have to juggle a bunch of things, and you have to give up a lot of free time on that Netflix. And yeah, I hope this helps.